something I can see peering out of that black hole, two luminous discs. The eyes, it might be a face, might be almost a... But heavens, something wriggling out of the shadow like a gray snake. Now it's another one, and another one, and another one. They look like tentacles to me. Oh, yeah, I can see the thing's body now. It's large as a bear. It glistens like wet leather, but that face, ladies and gentlemen, it's indescribable. I can hardly force myself to keep looking at it. It's so awful. The eyes are black, and they gleam like a serpent. The mouth is a kind of V-shape with saliva dripping from its rimless lips that seem to quiver and pulsate.
Arrived on the streets of Kenway, Nevada. Population 310, though who knows when that road sign was last updated. Above the town, there's a bluff of orange and brown rock sheltering the town from a vibrant western sunset. Just above that, some ponderosa pines create a small high desert forest. You can almost peek through the gaps and see a world of desert beyond. There's almost the feeling that this little community is the only thing in a world of freeways and dirt and sun. It feels homey, or it would if there were any people nearby. You pull your cars up to the road sign on the side of the freeway. You are in Kenway, Nevada, and you can do what you want.
Great. So we pull into town. Maybe you just said this and I happened to miss it because I have a scatterbrain. When we pull into town, what do we see? Are we on, I assume small towns usually have like a main road. Are we on the main road?
Sure, yeah, there is indeed the main road. You know, it stretches forward into like a bit of a town square, which is hexagonally shaped. And I think very noticeably you notice that there are only a couple of commercial buildings, and that beyond that are houses. But all the commercial buildings are kind of tied up on the main road. You see that there is one very large house a little closer to the freeway, but between it and the freeway is a trailer park. And then at the very end of this long stretch of road, past that town square, you can see this towering over the rest of the town. You can see the radio tower.
Note to self, Chekhov's radio tower.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like that's gotta be the first place, right? Is the radio tower.
Oh, I was just gonna say that I'm imagining the climax of this being us having to fight somebody on top of the radio tower.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Perhaps.
As Ben frantically changes his notes.
I had a question that I forgot to ask before we stopped last time. Do I know, was there anything in the report assignment that I got that indicated basically what Agent Coy's angle was? Like, what was his cover? Was that something that was in there?
Yeah. Let's say that, he did communicate this to headquarters, that he was using the fake last name, or rather the fake full name, let's go Ollie Choi instead of Oliver Coy.
Okay.
And that, I guess his cover was just that he was like a passerby tourist.
Okay.
No, actually, let's say he was using the cover that he had work in the area, and he was basically kind of using that town as a temporary home base.
Okay, so he was like contracting for
which would explain why he was like maybe in and out every other day or so.
What would he be contracting for in this area?
Maybe a temporary lineman or something like that.
Yeah. So power company. Okay, so power company.
Sure. Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, because that gives me an excuse to say like, yeah, we're have you had any problems with your electricity lately? Have you noticed any weird surges or interruptions in service, that kind of a thing?
So let's say that's his excuse. He's with the local utility company.
Yeah, alright. So, makes sense that I'm just spitballing, because if I establish this, and then I won't have to do it in the middle of a conversation with somebody. So, Ollie came through doing that kind of investigation. I was on a slightly different circuit. I meant to meet up with him in the area, but, guess he's not here. So it makes sense that I'm looking for him. He's my buddy. Okay. I can play that. This is not Alistair voice kind of internal monologue, but yeah.
I just left you a little note in there. The local power company is literally just called NV Energy.
Cool.
Maddie, do you also work for the power company? Or maybe the two of you can discuss this in character, perhaps.
Oh yeah, no, that is a good point. We kind of pull off before, as alright, this is Kenway.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is gonna be so fun.
What the vibe is gonna be.
I've never had to have a cover before.
Bust in here.
I imagine that we're driving. You flag me down. I pull over and I'm like, oh, what? Are you okay? What's going on?
It just occurred to me that there's sort of a set of standard operating procedures going into a situation like this that you have no reason to know anything about. So I thought could give you some little bit of a crash course so that this doesn't make it more difficult. Anyway.
Okay. Sure, hit me with it, I guess.
Well, Agent Choi was in town. Report said he was posing as an employee of the local power company.
Mm-hmm.
Lineman, just doing some work up and down the highway. Maybe looking into, just asking around, doing some good PR stuff, getting some, does anybody have any complaints about their service, that kind of a thing. I need to go in with an identity that has a reasonable connection to the missing person.
Mm-hmm.
We'll print us up a couple of NV Energy IDs. He's my buddy. I was working a different stretch, and I was supposed to meet up with him here. Was wondering if maybe he got delayed. It's a pretty, they keep us on a pretty long leash out in this part of the state. And has anybody noticed anything odd? So, kind of thinking, can you... I probably should... No, we shouldn't bother with fake names. I don't think you're not used to... You wouldn't be used to answering to an alias, would you?
No. You see that Saint is grimacing. Not in a I find this distasteful, but in a oh god kind of way. No. Could I do it? Probably.
More trouble than it's worth.
Not my strong suit, if you maybe hadn't noticed. I don't, most of the time when I'm working, people know why I'm there, know exactly what I'm doing. I don't generally have to lie my way into houses. People usually call me, so...
You are sort of a does what it says on the tin situation.
Yes. Yeah.
Noted. This kind of a thing stands to reason you'd work in pairs, especially if somebody's gone off the grid, no pun intended. Stand in front of the van for a second, I need to snap a picture for the ID.
Oh, okay, sure. Should I, and he, gestures to, his jacket. Should I don't know. Is this, a driver's license? Do I need to wear something specific?
Just look bored.
No, I can do that. And he does. He stands in front of the van and looks bored.
I will... Just using that as a neutral colored backdrop, I will snap a picture of Saint so that I can print us both NV Energy IDs.
Cool.
And I will... Let's see. I know Ollie. It's Ollie, I guess was what the report said he was calling himself. I know him, you don't need to. But we're just, using this as a home base to look for, if we need to travel in and out of town, to look for faults in the line and hopefully figure out where our missing employee is.
Cool. Can do.
It puts people at ease if there's probably a mundane explanation for this, so maybe he's prone to playing hooky, and if it goes on too long this time, he might lose his job. Good guy, don't want that to happen to him, or his fiance, people like that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, Ollie.
They have a kid on the way, that kind of thing. Sure. Okay, well, that seems straightforward enough. I think I can probably make that happen. Yeah, okay, got it, no problem. Anything else I need to be aware of about how this is gonna work? This is kind of your show, right? Like, the last time was kind of my show, and the first time was kind of Jules' show, and this is yours. So, I don't know, is there anything I need to know about, the way you investigate? I'm really feeling out of my depth all of a sudden.
I think Alistair sort of fixes Saint with a fairly intense look. Just says, Agent Choi's a good man. He's been something of a mentor to me. But the policy of the organization we both work for is that figuring out what's going on here is priority number one. Recovery of any missing personnel comes second.
Right, okay. And you just basically record, right? You're not here to, do anything about it. You're just basically here to figure out what it is and make a entry in the encyclopedia.
I'm here to gather as much information as I can, make as many clear determinations as to what kind of phenomenon we're dealing with and what impact it is or isn't having on the area. I report back, and what happens after that is above my pay grade.
Okay.
I believe at this stage of the game, Saint does not know about the follow-up teams.
Oh, so this is the first time I'm hearing about this.
Yes, I believe so, because at the end of Chapter 2, Agent Gray mentions that they have dispatched other people to Walla Walla. And also that the conclusion of, not Z, what's Z's name? Alistair. That the conclusion of Alistair's report has meant that Gray doesn't have to send any people to Long Beach, because nothing's happening.
Cool. Yeah, but I wouldn't know any of that. That is meta knowledge. So him being like, okay, cool. No, do we have to worry about what happens after that? Or are we just going to be gone by then, is the idea?
If we're still here when whatever happens next, we probably are deeper into the shit than we want to get.
Yeah, that seems reasonable, especially because does your boss know that I'm tagging along with you? Is that, I just realized, is that an issue? Is that something that we're, how deep are we in the lies pool right now?
No, organization policy, allows for the cultivation of assets already embedded in any, communities that fall under the organization's purview.
And that, I guess, would cover, even though I'm not part of this. Okay, great. That works. I don't want to know anymore, actually. I realized the more questions I ask, the more I'm going to realize that there's stuff happening that I don't want to worry about. So, great. Sounds good. Not my problem. Oh boy, this is so much different and complicated than what I normally do. And that's cool. That's fine. Let's go. He turns around and goes back to his motorcycle unless you have anything else to say.
Nope, I think that's
great. Cool. Let's find the motel. There's probably one, maybe, in this town or near this town.
Town of 310, you are more than correct. So there is, this one huge kind of huge. It's not huge at all. It's only a couple blocks. This one main stretch of road that leads to that town square. I think very quickly, do you all park your cars? Do you drive down the road?
As opposed to walking?
Yeah, you could walk if you wanted to, I guess.
I mean, I would imagine that I was intending to drive and park at wherever we were going to be staying.
Yeah, agreed. I think that's probably our thing here.
Sure, yeah. Then you don't drive far into town before you notice that one much larger house that's closer to the freeway. And you pick up pretty easily due to the elaborate but pretty old sign that labels it as a bed and breakfast.
Oh, hell yeah! Love me a B&B.
It is a it's a 2-story building with let's say maybe kind of 2 distinct wings. One of them is kind of dressed up a little more. You might think that might be the kind of public area, or not public area, but like the communal lounge. I don't know how else to describe that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. They have like the living room, and that's where like meals are had and stuff.
Exactly. And yeah, there's a clear entrance. A little open sign kind of dangles from a peg on the door. All that.
Cool. Yeah, I'm assuming we pull into the parking lot.
Yes, there's a parking lot right nearby. As mentioned earlier, there is a RV park right next to it.
Yeah, I will pull in, and I realized that I should have set the little ID printer. I feel like it makes sense for me to have printed my own ID, like, the night before, since I have not, none of the information that I've received is, newer than that.
Sure, totally.
So I just need to do Saints.
Yeah, you should probably print, I assume when you do that, you probably also print, if we're going to be staying here for a bit, we probably also need driver's licenses. For just, general, sometimes when you're out and about as an adult, especially when you're checking into a motel or something, you need an ID of some kind that's not, an employee ID. So I assume it just kind of does all that in one go.
I mean, yeah, I would imagine that's a good question, and when we're getting this thing set up, actually, Alistair will just ask, what state is your driver's license from?
Texas.
Believable.
What does that mean?
Saint grabs the brim of his 10-gallon hat and says, "What do y'all mean by that?"
Yeehaw. What? Okay, hold on.
Somebody doing this kind of job is likely to move around that far? As in, I don't need to print you a different driver's license?
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Now I understand now. I thought... Anyway, doesn't matter.
You have people commenting on your ID looking fake? Often?
No, because it's not?
Turns back to ID printer. Attempted joke failed.
Alright, at least he realizes.
He thought it was funny. Saint's just what? Always one step behind in this conversation.
And I will, my name is entirely too New England for this situation, so as much as it pains me, it will be, I'll go with, Alexander instead of Alistair. Call me Al. Twitch.
Sorry, Al?
As much as it pains, yeah. You just see Alistair typing all of this into the thing that's gonna print. And he just says, "You met a lot of people west of the Mississippi with the name Alistair?"
Not unless they were north. Fair enough. Sorry, what was the last name again? Could you hit me with that? I missed it.
Oh, I didn't. It'll just be, it'll be Alexander Graham, and then I can make jokes about Alexander Graham Bell.
Ah, okay, great. Perfect.
In case I run into anybody who thinks that's going to be funny. You see, and so he, like, types in and hits it, and it just says, we'll leave off the bell. That would be too on the nose.
That was an in-character. That was a me laugh and an in-character laugh. Just kind of a snort.
Good. Yeah, so I will just sort of set those cooking, and can I just looking around, is there anywhere that looks like it is open in town where we could check into this place and then get a cup of coffee?
You think you might have a good shot at a cup of coffee at the bed and breakfast that you're currently at, but you do see across the street and up the street a little bit that there is a local kind of bar and grill. Seems like a local establishment.
Does it look like it's open?
It doesn't quite look like it's open yet. It's still pretty early in the day, maybe about 10 or so. But I bet you could check back in just a little bit and it might be. You do see that the sign above the bar is off. But obviously you can make out the lettering, and you see that it's called the Last Call Sign Bar and Grill.
Very fun.
Interesting. Yeah, I like that.
Last
that place will probably open closer to noon, if I had to guess.
I have 2 logistics questions.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
1, how close is this town to Area 51?
That's such a great question.
A fair question.
Not very far. I think it's probably about 400 miles.
Okay. Which is nothing if you are from the American West. That is close enough for the sort of cultural effect. For that to be something to factor in. That,
Sure.
there might be people being like, you know what's a good tourist attraction? Alien shit.
It's like how you could see Bigfoot shit anywhere from, like, most of southern Oregon through, like, large swaths of northern California. It's just this huge area of the Pacific Northwest.
My other question was, just with in terms of, like, 5 minutes on the internet can tell you many things. How old is this town? Is this a town with, like, historic buildings? I mean, historic by the fucking standards of the American West, but, like, is this a town with historic buildings, or is this a town that, like, just has popped up in the last, like, 30 or 40 years?
This town is probably approaching 80 or 90 years old.
Okay.
A lot of the buildings look pretty antique to a degree. Some of the homes maybe look a little bit newer, but like a lot of the kind of commercial buildings down this center street look a little bit older. 80 or 90 years ago, I guess that's the 40s, pretty much.
Okay, so this is... Wow, Jesus, time is fake.
I know.
Holy shit! I was like, oh yeah, 80 or 90 years ago is like the 19-teens. Bitch, no it is not!
No, it super isn't.
No, that's over 100 years ago now.
No, this would be a post-war town.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is that was my question, was is this a kind of post-war somewhere that's green starts playing in another room. It's like it's old enough to have a town history, but it's not old enough that there would be, like, Wild West history or, that kind of...
It's not that kind of West, like, American West town.
Yeah.
No, the term perhaps frontier town, I would not describe it as such.
Okay.
Perhaps the vibe would come across a little better. This is a Route 66 kind of town.
Okay.
This is a what?
It's when they started, like, really expanding the highways and stuff.
Okay,
That's when the town sprung up to...
Okay, this is a town that Dwight D. Eisenhower built.
Right, yeah, this is a Route 66 kind of town.
Cool. Alright. I'm just thinking in terms of, like, there's certain kinds of paranormal phenomenon that you encounter where people are like, oh yeah, this has been going on and off since the 1840s or whatever.
Sure.
Somebody. Thank you. That gives me some background. So this is sort of it's just a I'm not going to be like trying to figure out who's like the town like. Who's got, for Matty, I'm not going to be trying to figure out who's got the fucking paranormal Amesbridge Museum in the attic of their weird bookstore.
No, I mean, you might still find, like when we were in Manzanita, they had, like, a county historical society or something, but that may not be in this town. That may be a couple towns over or something.
There's probably somebody in town with a collection of old photographs and an interest in that kind of thing. But it's not going to go back. It probably is. Either that, or if there is a library branch in town, that's also someplace that we could probably ask around. To once we figure out what's happening, just find out if it's happened before.
Sure. If they have a town paper, maybe.
Yeah, because if they have a paper of record, it would be how, probably the records would be housed in the library. Oh my god, what if we end up with a microfiche searching episode?
Oh, that would be so fun.
I've been watching too much Supernatural, I have brain rot.
Got him. We could also possibly check with the mayor's office. Because they would have those.
Absolutely.
Those would be harder records to get our little hands on, but it's a last resort that we could try and swing.
Let's go meet the locals.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Let's B&B it up.
Let's go talk to the fucking the oh my god, I almost said the D&D people. The B&B people.
Yeah, is there a game store in this town?
Alistair will kind of stop and just turn to Saint and say, it makes no difference for the expense accounting, but 2 beds, separate rooms, if they have them, it's all the same to me.
I mean, 6 and 1 to me too. It might be easier if we try and do separate rooms simply because, I guess not to make a sweeping judgment of small towns, but I don't know. But on the other hand, if something happens, we will also be in separate rooms. So
I think between, well, let's say, actually, now that I think about it, Nevada Energy is not going to pay for separate rooms.
Okay.
And from a procedural point of view, this is an unknown situation. If we're going to be watching each other's backs, we're going to want to be able to do it while we're sleeping too.
Yeah, very reasonable.
You open the glass door of this little B&B. You are confronted right away with the front desk. To the right is this kind of parlor, this communal area. There's like a couch or two up against the wall with the light of these windows coming in. There's like a handful of tables that breakfast may be served at when this place is expecting company. To your left, there's a staircase that goes up into the upper floors. And past that, there is a hall and then a turn, which you imagine leads into other rooms in this small bed and breakfast. A lot of the curtains are green. There is kind of a matted down carpet, at least in this opening area in this kind of foyer, and the front desk has this dark wood paneling. This place feels very analog. You can see that there is a paper ledger book there on the front desk, and there is a little cat bed next to it.
Yes.
If
is there
there's
anything in...
No, there's no cat. I'm sorry.
Damn it.
If there's anybody operating the hotel this early in the morning, although it's not that early, it's only like 10 or so, you do not see them at the front desk yet. Although you are aware that your presence in this building has absolutely rung the little bell when you open the door. So someone may be here quickly.
Cool.
And kind of, stand at the counter. trying to get into... I feel like Saint's a fairly observant and insightful guy.
That's me.
Like, I think Saint sort of sees a moment where Alistair goes from his normal kind of awkward, a little bit of a Spock vibe self to like, and now I am everyman vibe, and like leans a little bit on the desk. Oh god, I just had a thought. Does he have like one pair of jeans that he dug out for this?
Oh, totally. And they're like pre-stained.
Yeah, Alistair's wearing jeans. He's wearing like jeans and a polo shirt.
Sure, I
Why
bet he's got.
Why did I make this fucking character like this?
Z?
Yeah.
Got a little trucker hat?
No.
I have baseball caps. Do you want to borrow one of my baseball caps? No. So faint. Just Ezra in another room. Just...
You don't want this little baseball cap that says "Bustin' makes me feel good"?
It's just got a little ghost. It's just a little ghost on the front that glows in the dark.
Oh my god. I'm trying to think about... No, but I feel like he has like a... No, you're right. I feel he has like a beat up sports team baseball cap, but now I'm like down in...
team?
I know,
What's
that's what
the
I'm thinking
team?
Is like, what is it, a basketball team? And then I'm like, no, because I, Ezra, cannot stand watching basketball. And therefore, I want it to be
You
something
do the
like...
Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals.
Boring. Yeah, there we go. Cardinals. If anybody asks, he used to live in Arizona. I can remember the Cardinals. Also, I like birds.
Hey, so do I.
We are all like birds. I like the Arizona Cardinals. I used to anyway. It's been a while.
Alistair Graham McAndrews in full I'm just a regular guy mode.
Love it.
The beat up
he
Cardinals
like
cap.
loses the stiffness weirdly. It seems like, wow, that is bizarre to watch. That like when he's pretending, he becomes less stiff.
Yeah. No, that is, yeah, it's very like, he normally stands like a man who's wearing a suit even when he's not wearing a suit.
God, powerful.
And now he's like, time to be able to talk to anybody and fit in anywhere.
All right. Yeah, like I said, you have maybe just a moment or so before someone comes to help you. You're welcome to explore the hotel as you see it.
Yeah, I'd like to walk
whatever you
around,
wanna
see
call
if
it.
there's any like framed photos on the walls. If there's any, sort of like, lots of places like this will be like, welcome to whatever podunk town, here's some photos from the town's history. I don't know. How old is this? Is this an old building? Like, are there pictures of it from when it was first built? That kind of a thing.
Yeah, you see a handful of photos. I think the conversation that we had earlier about how old this town is probably made extremely evident to you through the photos. You can see some post World War II ones, maybe some Depression era ones that are just indicating that this place used to just be a bunch of small houses, out in the middle of nowhere for whatever reason. But you see some later ones in the 50s and 60s that are like more of this very small town's infrastructure getting built. Maybe, let's say like early 50s, there's one of the radio station being finished. And there's like a couple of men in those short-sleeved white dress shirts, like the ones that work at NASA or Walt Disney Animation or whatever in the 40s and 50s, kind of all standing around, kind of clapping for each other when the radio station was being built. Maybe there's one of just some kind of some kids playing in the town square with like some sparklers that's just labeled like New Year's Eve 1985 or whatever. There's one I guess for New Year's Day, there's like a huge party at the Overlook Motel. Jack Nicholson's in there, and he looks frozen in time. Looks like he's always been the caretaker here. Weird. little shining humor. All right, nothing. All right.
Can you not hear me laughing? I laughed.
Thank you. No, I couldn't.
That's really funny. I just wanted to ask, are any of these photos of locations, of the same locations as the photos from Agent Choi's report?
Oh, sure. Yeah. There's maybe like the outside of the bar and grill that I mentioned earlier. There's not a lot of suburban shots. I guess none of this area is suburbs, but you know what I mean. Not a lot of like the housing areas. It's almost all kind of up and down this commercial walkway.
Okay.
But yeah, you absolutely see some repeat locations if you maybe take them out of your. I guess you're not wearing a jacket, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If you were to compare them, you'd recognize some street corners.
Sure. All right, and I know one of the things that we have established that Alistair has a pretty good memory. I think that was one of my, back when we were doing Cortex, that was one of my things. There's not really a thing for it in Fate, but okay. Good to know. All right. I just wanted to kind of get a sense of, local landmarks that people would think were worth photographing and whether they are match up to the same places that were in the report background. Cool. Question answered. Thank you.
Sure. Let's say that each of these kind of little walls of photographs are maybe between the larger windows on this ground floor, in this ground floor parlor. And that, so they're between the couches, between the windows or whatever. Maybe there's little, I don't know, little small, little tables between, it's partially a lounge, partially a restaurant. And I'm going to say, as you're leaning over to look at these frames a little closer, you feel a sudden sensation on one of your ankles. And you look down and you see a little gray cat bop its little head into the side of your leg.
I love cats.
Saint is immediately fucking amped.
Yeah, Alistair does immediately, reach down and hey, kitty, 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 kitty.
Ezra?
Alistair's, I have to make him a cat guy. I cannot not have him be a cat guy.
I completely understand. I'm going to say, you get the figure 8 treatment.
Yes. Yeah, he's just in full sort of very, very quietly doing the hey little buddy.
Is he doing kissies? No, that doesn't seem like an Alistair kind of thing.
No, he's very sotto voce, muttering to this cat in an affectionate way, though.
Mm-hmm.
Bent, because he's a fairly tall dude, just bent all the way over.
I think Saint is also kneeling and is waiting politely in line for attention from the cat, and is doing the sound.
Oh, wonderful. Then I think one of you maybe notices and kind of lifts up the little tag on the collar that just reads cactus.
Cactus. Oh my god, what an excellent cat name. Yes, that's you. Aren't you such a good little sir? Hi. Come here.
You hear a small bell ring over by the front desk, and you see that someone has come out of the back room.
Oh,
yeah. I will give Cactus one more little head scritch and stand up and just say, is he Cactus because he's got sharp little claws?
The woman looks over at you and replies, yes, he is, but, thank goodness he doesn't actually scratch. Hi, I'm so sorry. I didn't hear anybody come in.
Oh, well, we've definitely been kept entertained.
We also, I think we just walked
sorry.
in, maybe 2 minutes ago, tops. So.
Yeah. Sorry to bother you. I've been out on the road for a while and I really miss my cat. and I will pull out and just say, we're with the, we're with Envy Energy, and we're going to be doing some work up and down the line through here, and we heard that, and I've completely forgotten the name of the fucking town.
Kenway.
And we heard that Kenway was a good place to, hang your hat at the end of the day. So figured we'd get a room and use this place as a base.
Yes, this is a familiar story to me. One of your coworkers, I guess, has been here for several weeks now.
Oh yeah, we're supposed to be meeting up with Ollie. Is he staying here?
Yes, he is. He hasn't been here in a number of days. I've been keeping his room occupied, I guess. But I haven't seen him in a while. It's no harm to let him keep his stuff here. I guess he'll just have to pay me when he gets back, but I haven't seen him in a bit.
Oh, well, shoot, alright, thanks. I got, Ollie's a great guy, but, sometimes he gets itchy feet, and, well, I hope that we can, figure out what happened to him, just cause, company don't mind if you go, takes a day or two either side, but he has a little bit of a reputation for, just deciding to go on a wander, and, well, sometimes the boss is getting a little sick of that, so I'd like to drag him home by the ear and make sure he doesn't lose his job. But
sure,
I'm sure he'll be back.
He didn't leave a cell phone number or anything. I'm not sure how to get a hold of him for you.
Oh, no trouble at all. We'll just do our jobs, keep an eye out. But good to know that he's was staying here. I tell you what, why don't we get this settled, and then, would you mind possibly? He's a friend and a coworker. Would you mind maybe just letting us in to see if he left a note or anything like that, or any indication that maybe he went to go take pictures from some overlook or something that he read about?
I'm sorry, but it's company policy that we can't let you see the room if you're not on the.
I shouldn't have asked. Anyway, we were. Let's see. We'd like to get a doubles. Fine,
A double? There's one upstairs that's been recently cleaned. I can I can open that one up for you just fine. Just give me about 5 minutes.
Oh, thanks so much.
Would you just mind here? I'll go ahead and get it set up for you. Would you mind just signing your name here? And she flips the ledger book around to you.
I will go ahead and sign as Alex Graham. I'll sign as Alex. Let's just say, call me Al.
Al, nice to meet you. I'm Lucille.
Nice to meet you, ma'am.
And you've already met Cactus, and I'm sorry, sir, what was your name?
Sorry, that was rude of me. I didn't introduce myself. Stands up and kind of brushes the cat hair off his jeans. He's like, I'm Saint. Nice to meet you.
Oh, Saint. Your first name is just Saint?
Yeah, parents had a sense of humor, I guess. I don't know.
Well, both of you, welcome to the Roadside Motel. I hope you enjoy your stay. Let me go get your room ready.
Thank you, kindly.
Anyway, she leaves the room with a small box and a bundle of maybe sheets and pillowcases under one arm. And she kind of jogs up the staircase real quick.
Hey, did she leave the ledger out?
She certainly did.
Haha.
Okay, can I maybe rifle through it and see if I can find Agent Choi's entry and possibly room number if it's recorded?
There is not a ton of rifling to do. It is the most recent entry.
Okay. Does the date that he is listed as having signed in match the report?
Yes, indeed it does.
Does it list his room number?
It does list the room. It lists the room that, based off of the The room that she has written next to your name on that line, maybe she wrote it in before passing you the actual book. It appears to be the one directly across the hall.
Convenient. Cool. So we're definitely breaking in there later.
Oh yeah, we're doing some light B&E.
Yeah.
Some light B&E at the B&B?
Uh-huh. Never mind. I was going to ask a question and then realized I did not have any of the tools to follow through on the plan that the question would answer. So...
Do you want to ask the question anyway?
Yeah, for reference, what I was going to ask is, does it look like there's, like, a spare key or anything? Or, like, because sometimes hotels, especially, like, B&Bs may not, but, like, they'll have spare keys in case you, like, lose yours or something, or they'll have a master key, and I was like, oh, we could, like, take it, or, like, make a copy or something, and then I was like, I wouldn't have any of the tools to make a copy, and I don't want to take it, because then she'll be like, hey, I wonder who the fuck took my one key. Is it you two guys standing directly next to the desk?
That is good thought, and also...
So, unless Alistair has anything that would, like, honestly, I was thinking the, like, putty trick, where you, like, press a key into, like, an Altoid tin full of putty to make a copy. Yeah. So, Alistair is the only person I can think of who might have something like that. But
I don't think I have access to technology
that's not really his style,
that.
Anyway.
Like, weirdly enough, I think I would be more likely to be able to make a copy of, like, an electronic key card than I am of, like, a physical
that's too rudimentary.
Metal key is actually, defeated
that totally
by
tracks.
Something that's too rudimentary. The question that I was going to ask, since we're going to have a couple of seconds, I just wanted to flip through the last few pages. I just want to see if there's any entries that have, like, a check-in but no check-out. If people have been disappearing.
Sure, okay.
So, I don't know if that's something that I need to roll some sort of...
Yeah, go ahead, maybe notice.
Thingamajig. Cool. There's, in fact, an investigate skill and a notice skill.
I have a +1 to both of those, so...
I have a +2 to both of them.
Yeah, let me help you.
Cool. Yeah, so
take an additional +1.
Bend over at this ledger. Put our fucking heads together. Alright. I am rolling 4d6s, because last time we were playing this, I was like, haha, picks up 2d6. Wait. Hi, my name is Ezra, and I have too many different tabletop systems living rent-free in my head at all times.
Cheers.
So, let's see. I get a +2. I get a +2 plus Maddie's +1, so I get a +3 to this. And that is... Ooh, okay, 2 fails, a neutral, and a success. So
that is a 2.
You flip through the book, you don't see any huge irregularities. You do notice that maybe only one person comes in per month.
Okay.
And that a lot of the people, or rather, one person comes into the B&B per month. There are a lot of people who will occasionally drift into the trailer park outside, but that not a lot of people actually stay inside the hotel proper.
Oh, okay. That makes perfect sense.
You do not see any instances of somebody who has checked in but has not checked out, except for Agent Oliver Coy.
Okay. We love this. So it is not the Hotel California.
Yes, you can, in fact, leave this hotel.
This is a lovely place, it sounds like. Did she have a lovely face?
She has a lovely face.
Thank you for clarifying.
Mm-hmm. The wine selection, by the way, is going to be great.
Dumb.
Do not try to kill that beast.
So, great. Do you have anything else you want to poke around at here? That was all I could think of.
Yeah, I think that's probably
I'll go grab our stuff from, like, the car and the bike while you're waiting. That seems productive. Rather than just standing here.
Sure, yeah. I'll wait so that we're not just, like, out,
gone. Yeah. Sure.
Obviously,
give me your car keys.
She probably would be able... Alistair will hand over his car keys.
Hell yeah. That's trust, baby. I take this as a chance to look at everything in his car. No, I'm not actually going to do that. I'm not going to betray that trust.
I mean, also, cool. Joke's on you, just that key will not get you into the interesting stuff.
Damn it. I assume, and assumptions make an ass out of you and me, so maybe this isn't correct, but do you just have, like, a bag? Like, that would be, like, your travel bag?
Yeah, there's probably, so let's see, it's like a van, so it's yeah, there's, like, just a duffel bag.
A duffel? That was my thought, too.
Well, it's not like a duffel. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the ones that, like, has pockets. It's not one of the ones that just, like, is, like, a tube.
Yeah. I know of which you speak. I have one or two of those.
Yeah. This is a man who has, like, a toiletries organizer.
You are, in fact, both frequent travelers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no. So, yeah, I'll go out and I'll grab his duffel bag and I'll grab all my shit. I've got, like, my saddle bags, basically. I think in my case, there are actually a couple of, like, hard cases that I can't necessarily take off, but I think I've got everything inside, like, locked up, so it doesn't really matter. So I've got my, like, travel bag that I can take out easy, and I bring those in.
All right, fair enough.
Make sure everything's all locked up, yada yada.
I think at this transition point, we should probably call it for this episode. What you've just been listening to was ParaScience, a glimpse into a world unknown. It was an actual play horror adventure told to you through the Fate system. Our players were Ezra Kaye as Eyes on the Ground Agent Alister McAndrews and Matty Trumbo-Gomes as capable young man St. Garcia Flores. As you may have surmised, Nick will not be joining us for at least this arc as they pursue their education. As for myself, I was your game master and disembodied voice, Ben Hamlin. I also produced this show, just for you. Our theme song and incidental music are by the incorporeal Johnny Rinaldo, and our logo was crafted by the haunted visage of Terra Bosart. Additionally, this chapter's story was created with the assistance of Sara Husen. This show is brought to you by Infinity Break, where we're telling stories our own way. We appreciate you listening to this program. If you would like to help the show succeed, there are a good many ways to do that. You can help spread the word about the show on social media and by simple word of mouth. You can @ us at ParaSciencePod on Twitter, and while you're at it, why not tag InfinityBreak23? We have a Patreon at patreon.com/InfinityBreak, where you can start donating to Infinity Break for as little as $1 a month. We appreciate your support and promise a good deal of behind-the-scenes audio. And finally, if you listen through Apple Podcasts, don't forget to leave a review. Reviews help us rise in the podcasting charts and help more people stumble across our show like a body in the woods. That's all for now. Let ParaScience flicker and stretch behind you, like a shadow in the hot desert sun. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time.